Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, both in the audience and via Zoom. I'm Dan Miles, your board chairperson. I call this zoning hearing meeting for July 13th to order. At this time, we'll stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which is one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's been a little bit since the board was able to do that, so I'm kind of happy to have that back. This is the meeting for the Falls Township Zoning Hearing Board. As I said, we have a 5-person panel tonight. Our Vice Chair, Al Brooks, Doug Mole, our Recording Secretary, Scott Dioria via Zoom, and our other board member, Bill Kiernan, and I'm your chairperson, Dan Miles. With us is our court reporter. I know it's going to be a little bit different having some people live and some people on Zoom, but we're going to get through it. Our board solicitor, Mr. Keith Bidley-Meyer. And from the township, we have Ed Neubauer and Matt Takita via Zoom, and here in person, Diane Bree. That's all the players. So we have a couple things to clean up before we get started. First was a letter. I'll just read it aloud here. To whom it may concern, we are writing you to request a year extension from our August 11th, 2020 variance approval for our home at 19 Thornyapple Lane, Levittown. Our project has been delayed due to COVID. This past year it has delayed materials, inflated prices, financial reasons related to COVID, and our contractor is not able to start the project as soon as we had planned. But we are still planning on doing the project. Anything you do will be greatly appreciated, and it's signed, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Carl Colucci. At this point, I'd like to ask the board, would someone like to make a motion to continue, or to extend for another year the variance for Mr. and Mrs. Carlucci at 19 Thornyapple?
I'll make that motion, Dan.
You have a second?
I second that.
Okay, great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that is approved for a 1-year extension on that one. If anybody has joined this meeting tonight in regards to Petition 4 and Petition 5, our solicitors received requests for continuance on these petitions. Number 4 for Goat Logistics LLC. That was actually continued from our June 8th meeting. 450 Lincoln Highway, Zone Highway Commercial, requesting a use variance to allow dispatching of an average of 20 to 25 vehicles a day from that location. Mr. Billingmeyer, you care to read the letter?
Yeah, I can, Mr. Chairman. What we'll do is we'll mark their letter, since it's the second letter, as ZHB2. That correspondence essentially just requests a continuance until the August 11th, 2021 meeting. What we'll do is instead of reading the letter, I can just mark it as ZHB2, like I stated. I'll make it part of the record. That letter also permits the township an extension to hear and decide this matter pursuant to the MPC and also Falls Code.
Okay, great. So we'll be looking for a motion to continue this matter to the August 10th meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that is approved to be continued till the August 10th meeting for petition number 4 for Goat Logistics. Also requesting a continuance is for petition number 5, Marazzo Manor Lane Florist, 93 Makefield Road, Marsville, PA, requesting a use variance to allow for the operation of a garden center, a dimensional variance to allow for the storage of merchandise and related products, and a dimensional variance to permit 49 parking spaces where 89 parking spaces are otherwise required. Mr. Billingmeyer, you care to read the continuance request?
Mr. Chairman, as the previous petition, Marazzo Manor Lane, through their attorney, Michael McGinnis, requested a continuance until the August 11th meeting. That letter was received by the township on July 12th, and then he followed it up on July 13th, granting the board an extension to hear this matter and also to decide this matter. So what we'll do is, since that is their first request, we'll mark that letter and email as ZHB1.
Okay, great, thank you. So we're looking for a motion to continue the request from Marazzo Manor Lane Forest to the August 10th meeting. Someone like to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So those two petitions have been moved to the August 10th meeting. So any of our participants via Zoom or online who are watching and thinking there would be a decision made tonight, we're going to have to wait till at least August 10th. So thank you for that. Okay, back on the record. Petition number 1, James Varghese. Is that right, sir? Okay, James Varghese is in our live audience tonight. So, Mr. Varghese, if I could have you come up to the podium, please? Okay. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to have you sworn in by our court reporter who is via Zoom, okay? So the next voice you hear will be hers. Okay.
Mr. Varghese, do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, we're going to have our solicitor mark some exhibits for your petition, and then we're going to turn it over to you, okay? So just give us a brief moment here to do that, and then I'll let you know when it's your turn. You can sit down. You'll come back up when you're going to speak, though, okay? Okay, great.
Mr. Chairman, we'll mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB1, along with the accompanying hardship letter from the applicant. 2 is a Falls Township permit denial letter dated May 27, 2021. 3 is 4 pages containing photographs that show where the proposed chicken coop would be located. 3 are the neighbor and applicant notification letters as required. Those letters are dated June 29, 2021. 5 will be 5 color photographs, one of which shows that the property was posted as required. 6 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier Times, showing that this matter was published June 29th, 2021, and then again July 6th, 2021. That is all the board exhibits, Mr. Chairman. I'm satisfied the appropriate notices have been satisfied, and this matter can proceed.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Billingmeyer. Mr. Varghese, if you could come back up to the microphone, and if you could make sure you speak to the microphone, because our court reporter's only picking this up via the microphone. She usually can hear you a little bit, but not tonight. Thank you. Okay, if you could explain what's going on with the chicken coop for us?
Yeah, sure. I think the hardship letter explains pretty much the reasons for a small chicken coop, and where maybe 2 to 3 chickens for my family, just the eggs, as well as we have a vegetable. We grow vegetables as well, so we can use the chicken dropping as the fertilizer as well. So my property is actually located where 2 setbacks. One is the back setback, and there is one of the sides setbacks. They don't meet the 100 feet requirement. That's where the holdup is actually, like I explained in my hardship letter. It's completely wood, and I gave you the pictures of the location of my backyard as well. It's completely wooded, preserved land. I believe it is known as a bird sanctuary, I believe. There are no homes at all in the back, and it's a completely secluded area where a small chicken coop and 2 to 3 chicken, like you said. I think I cannot exceed more than 3 chicken per the code. Number 1. Number 2 is the 100 feet setback is the holdup, just to the back and one of the sides. But I do meet the other side and also the front setback as well. Just 3 chickens to raise them so that I can get eggs for my family, as well as the chicken dropping for the vegetable garden. Most importantly, I have health issues, and I'm a full-time employee as well. When I come home, my wife and I, we go out, we take care of the vegetable garden, and if you could get a chicken coop, that would be great as well. Just a peace of mind as in relation to the health issues as well, in addition to the eggs and the dropping for the vegetable garden.
Thank you, Mr. Varghese. I was a bit remiss in announcing this position fully. It's Mr. James Varghese, 519 South Olds Boulevard, requesting a dimensional variance to allow a chicken coop to encroach into the 100-foot setback from all property lines. That is the relief Mr. Varghese is looking for, the dimensional setback. So thank you, Mr. Varghese. If you could stay right here, I'm going to open it up, and some of our board may have questions for you, okay? So you can listen to the question, answer in turn, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. Scott?
I have nothing at this time.
Thank you. Doug?
I have nothing at this time, Dan.
No, heard everything he's talking about. There's woods right behind you. There's nobody behind you. It's only one neighbor to the left, and you're having no rooster, so I have nothing.
Okay, great. Bill? I can't, yeah, we're only on speaker. Oh, okay.
Bill's having technical issues.
Yeah, can Tech give me a whole gallery view of our Zoom instead of just the speaker view or single view? Are they all?
He's having technical issues.
Okay. Are they all of our videoed participants?
Yes, they are.
Okay, just Keith, Karen, and Scott? Okay, thank you. Just 1 second, Mr. Varghese, sir.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. A whole new frontier here and how to do things. Yeah, Keith, I mean, should we wait for Bill to come back in here, or?
Yeah, I just want to just confirm that there's no public comment. No one else would like
Yeah,
to.
let's go through that if we can then, too. You're right. Is there any public comment? Anybody loaded for public comment on this?
We have no public comment.
And Matt, did we receive any correspondence through the township about this that we should know about?
No, we did not.
Okay, that takes care of that. We're just gonna wait and see if we can pick up our other board member, because he was present. We believe he was present for most of your, and it's better to have 5, not 4, because if it's a 2-2 tie, you lose. Or not lose, but your petition doesn't get approved. Shouldn't say lose.
Chair, when he came in the room, he said he was having technical issues with
Yes.
his laptop. We see him in the room. We cannot hear him. We see that his computer's in. We don't see video of him or audio.
Okay. Okay. So our 5th panel member wasn't able to connect because of technology issues and stuff like that. You have the right to not proceed with this petition, because like I said, if it ends up a 2-2 tie, the petition would be de facto denied. But it's up to you. We don't want to, there's no pressure, not one way or the other. So, but I would give you that option. Do you wish to continue with the board as it is, as a 4-person panel?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, great. Okay, without any public comments or any correspondence through the township, since we had a slight delay, is there any other board comments, questions? No? Okay. All right. At this point, I'd like to entertain, if someone would like to enter a motion for this petition.
I'll make that motion, Dan. I move that the application of James Varghese requesting a dimensional variance from section 209-12E, parens 5G of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to allow a chicken coop to encroach into the 100-foot setback from all property lines at the property located at 519 South Olds Boulevard, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, 19030, as depicted on the plans, and in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that, Dan.
Scott, could you poll the board, please?
Yes. Myself, yes. Al,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes. Okay. And Mr. Varghese, your petition has been approved for variance, so you'll receive a letter from our solicitor's office about your steps or your, letter of legality there, so, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Great, yeah, have a good night. Thank you. Okay, petition number 2, Christina and Timothy Morgan, and the Morgans are in the house. 15 Butterfly Lane, Levittown, PA, requesting a dimensional variance to construct an addition which encroaches into the 10-foot side yard setback. Mr. and Mrs. Morgan, if I could have you step up to the podium. Same thing, we're going to have you sworn in. We're going to go through a couple things, exhibits there, and then we'll move on. So the next voice you hear is going to be our court reporter.
Do you both swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
We do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you can either sit down for a second or, and now our solicitor's going to mark some exhibits for the petition, then you can get back up.
Mr. Chairman, we'll mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB 1. 2 will be a permit denial letter from Falls Township dated June 17, 2021. 3 is a hardship letter submitted by the applicant. 4 is a plot plan for 15 Butterfly Lane. 5 are 6 pages consisting of plans for the proposed addition. 6 is an impervious calculation sheet. 7 will be the neighbor and applicant notification letters as required. Those letters are dated June 29th. 8 will be 4 pages containing 4 colored photographs, one of which shows that the property was posted as required. Exhibit 9 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier Times, showing that this matter was published June 29th, and then again July 6th, 2021. Mr. Chairman, that is all the board exhibits. I believe that all the appropriate notices have been satisfied. This matter can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Billingmeyer. Mr. and Mrs. Morgan, if you come up and just let us know what's going on.
With the passing of my father, my mom had to sell her home, and we are attempting to make an addition that is adequate for her needs. We anticipate, she's 77 now, but we anticipate her need of a wheelchair at some point, which would require just a little bit more width. I know it's 0.31 feet in the back of the addition and 1.24 in the front. I know it's a side yard setback that we're having the issue with, and that's basically what we're asking for.
Great, okay. Oh, thank you very much. And this is not encroaching any more than the original carport, right? Thank you. I started with a question, sorry. Al, you have any questions for the Morgans?
No, I have nothing, Dan.
I have none, Dan.
Scott?
no, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
So the same thing, though, I think you heard me explain to Mr. Varghese that we have a 4-person panel now. If it were to go to a tie, you could probably resubmit or anything, but just in case, you guys want to continue with this, right? Yeah. Okay. Do we have any public comments or questions?
No public comment.
Thank
No
you.
public comment.
Okay, and Matt, anything, received any letters that we should know about?
Nothing.
Great. Okay, we're going to move this to motion, okay? Great. All right, someone like to make a motion on this petition?
I'll make the motion, Dan. I move that the application of Christina and Timothy Morgan requesting a dimensional variance from sections 209-20F and Table 1 of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to construct an addition which encroaches into the 10-foot side yard setback at property located at 15 Butterfly Lane, Levittown, Pennsylvania, 19054, is depicted on the plans in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Scott, if you could roll the board, please?
Yes, myself is yes, Al,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
and Dan.
Yes. Okay. Your petition has been approved for variance. You'll receive a letter through our solicitor's office about next steps, okay? All right, guys, good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, let us know when number 3 is loaded.
We have Ken in, but the other applicant dropped out.
Okay, so we're just going to have Ken?
There he is.
He's
Yeah.
in. Now he's in.
Okay, great. Okay, this is petition number 3, Buck Homes LLC, 318 Austin Drive, Fairless Hills, PA. Zoned NCR, requesting a dimensional variance to construct a second-floor addition which exceeds 50% of the existing floor area and which extends within the required 10-foot side yard setback. Good evening, everybody. We're going to have you guys sworn in with our court reporter. So if you can, the next voice you hear will be hers, and then she's going to ask you to state and spell your names, okay? And do that, obviously, in turn if you can, okay? Next voice you hear will be hers.
Do you both swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Ken, do you want to start your full name, please?
Full name's Ken Buckholz. Last name is Buchholz.
Thank you. Mark?
My name is Mark Irwin, IRWIN.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys, we're going to have our solicitor mark the exhibits for this petition, and then we're going to turn it over to you guys to explain what's going on. Thank you.
Mr. Tim, before we start, it might be appropriate if Mr. Kieran is not back yet, that we provide the
Yeah.
applicant, when we start the application, the opportunity to
Yeah.
continue.
Okay, yeah, guys, so I don't know if you probably weren't loaded into this. We had a couple people in person. We had one of our board members with technical difficulties. He's not able to continue with the meeting tonight. So we are a 4-person panel. If this comes down to a 2-2 tie, your application would be denied on the tie. So at this point, without saying anything, nobody has any questions or anything yet. If you want to continue this till we have a 5-person or a 3-person panel, we would give you that opportunity now. If not, you're obviously free to commence with this 4-person panel.
Well, I'm fine to move forward. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, Mr. Billingmeyer, then, if you could mark the exhibits for this petition.
Absolutely. Mr. Chairman, we'll mark the application for zoning ordinance appeal as ZHB 1. 2 will be the permit denial letter from Falls Township dated June 9th, 2021. 3 is a hardship letter submitted by Ken Buckholz. That letter is not dated. 4 will be impervious calculation sheet. 5 are the applicant and neighbor notification letters dated June 29th. Exhibit 6 will be the Zoom authorization that was signed by the applicant. 7 will be 4 color photographs, one of which shows that the property was posted as required. 8 are 3 pages marked site plan. I'm sorry, that's marked aerial view / site plan that was submitted by the applicant. 9 will be proof of publication in the Bucks County Courier Times, showing that this matter was published June 29th, and then again July 6th, 2021. That is all the exhibits. Mr. Chairman, I'm satisfied the appropriate notice have been satisfied, and this matter can proceed.
Okay, great. Okay, Ken, Mark, I don't know, whoever wants to start speaking, go ahead. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, we bought this property in April. It was a dilapidated property. We had plans to remodel it, bring it back to life, add a second floor to it. Our plan is to resell it. We have a family member who we're planning on reselling it to. It all kind of depends on how this process goes and if it's approved. So we're trying to bring it up to the current market standards in terms of the square footage, the layout, the design, and the second floor is what we need to make that happen. We're currently at 8 feet. We need 10 feet, so we're looking for those 2 feet of variance in order for us to to get this addition and to, I guess, bring the house up to what it can be and should be in our eyes.
Okay. Great. I'm going to open it up for some board questions, okay? Doug?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Looks like a nice plan. I have no questions.
Al?
No, I have nothing.
Scott?
No, everything looks good. Thank you.
Yep, yeah, I have no questions either. Any public comments, questions?
No public comment.
Great, Matt, anything we should know about proceeding in the township before we?
Nothing from the township.
Great, thank you. Okay, at this point, would someone like to make a motion for petition number 3?
I'll make that motion. I move that the application of Buck Homes LLC requesting a dimensional variance from sections 209-41 and 209-20 and Table 1 of the Falls Township zoning ordinance be granted to construct a second floor addition which exceeds 50% of the existing floor area and which extends within the required 10-foot side yard setback at the property located at 318 Austin Drive, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania 19030, as depicted on the plans, in accordance with the testimony presented to the zoning hearing board.
Okay,
I'll second that.
second, yep, thank you. Scott, if you can pull the board, please.
Yes. Myself is yes. Al?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
And Dan?
Yes. All right, guys, your petition's been approved for variance. You'll receive a letter from our solicitor's office with next steps and all that sort of stuff. And thank you for attending. Yep, have a good night.
Thank you.
You too.
Okay, at this would someone like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.